You guys ever see those cool like pictures where like if you like sort of like stare at it and cross your eyes, you can see like the cool like secret encoded thing, like picture in like all the weird lines on the page. You know those things? That's kind of how vacuuming is here, where if you look at the carpet in like the certain way you know how to do it, you can see a secret message. And the way you look at the carpet is if you look at the like corners and like bottom edge like next to the floorboard, and if there's stuff there, the secret message is trying to tell you so the store's still freaking dirty. It's still dirty. You need to clean it up. Sorry, what can I say? I'm my mother's son, okay? Passive aggressive comes out. What I'm trying to say is, our job is to vacuum the floor, and that means all of it. So if you're not taking the hose off the vacuum and checking those edges and corners and getting the stuff that's there, and you're not doing your job. We work a little bit harder here than you might for your mom, and that's just what it is. Here's the thing. This company, we're your best friends. But the companies that contract us in there to work for them are like your mom, meaning that they're gonna check under your bed if under your bed is under a desk, and they're gonna make sure you didn't just stuff everything in the toy box if under the toy box is cleaning the edges, and they're gonna make sure that you put your clean laundry away and you didn't leave it sitting in your room the whole time, and put your clean folded laundry back in the dirty laundry basket because you don't want to put it away if that means you're checking the corners. You understand what I'm trying to say? We work for a bunch of narcs, and they're gonna freaking tell on you, and if they tell on you, that means Amy will tase all of us. If one of us messes up, we all get tased. This is what happens. I wouldn't run the business this way, but I'm not in charge. What I'm trying to say is, check the edges, check the corners, get under the desks, and if you do those things, it's like working for your mom. You're not gonna get away. Like, your mom's gonna check all those things and make you do it again. It's like that, except, big difference is, we pay you, and I'll tell you I'm proud of you. Amy, why are you ruining my audio? That's how this company goes. Sometimes Amy comes in and ruins all your hard work, and you have to not finish the thing you worked really hard on till the next day. Like, sometimes you're just vacuuming, and Amy comes and pours a bunch of sand in the edges that you did vacuum, as Amy's. How often do you change your shirt? Or sock, or other sock? That's right, as often as they smell bad or get full. That's how we do vacuum bags here. When they start to get full, halfway, 3/4 way full, or they start to get a like odor from them, or they start to like be kind of like dissolved on the bottom, like they're gonna break or something like that. Maybe something weird got in there, started rubbing against it. It's made a small fire in the bottom of the vacuum bag, burned a hole in the bottom of it. Now you have a vacuum that's on fire, and you have to re-vacuum all the dust that's already, the bag just dropped. So just check the vacuum bag every time to make sure it's not one of those things. You know when you pick up your shirt and you smell it to see if it's good or bad before you put it on? Do that with a vacuum. Sometimes stuff gets stuck, like my head on the railing of the stairs in the house I grew up in, or my head on the railing of the deck in the house I grew up in, or my head in a hole in the drywall that I happened to have just made with my head, or inside of the hose for the vacuum. If you're ever vacuuming up a storm, and the vacuum is making the regular vacuum sound of, you're good to go. But every now and then you'll notice there'll be like a bigger piece of a tissue, or maybe a piece of like a, what's the word? A bigger piece of paper towel that somebody like ripped, and then it got swept onto the carpet, your vacuum or something like that, and you suck it up and it's like too big, and it kind of gets stuck in the gully works of the vacuum. The suction won't be as good, and you'll hear a different vacuum noise, this. And that's how you'll know it's got a clog in there. So you're gonna want to take the hose off, just take a quick little look, see if there's anything in there. That kind of stuff. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know if I can answer everything, but I'll try to show you in whatever dumb thing I put up here. I'll try to figure that out. Gosh dang, dude. Also, I forgot to mention this before. Vacuum behind the doors, dude. Just do that. The last thing we really need to talk about is there are some things that we need to remember not to vacuum up, actually. Believe it or not, there are things we're not supposed to vacuum. For instance, anything wet, The ground's wet and moist. Don't vacuum it. Pick up the trash if you can. You do your best. And otherwise, just send me or Amy or the nearest adult you can find a text message so that they know, hey, there was an issue. I couldn't get that part of the job done this time. Paper clips. Don't vacuum those up. Staples. People love to throw... Paper clips is like a thing that really was stressed when I started this job of like, hey, make sure you don't vacuum up staples. Or make sure you don't vacuum up paper clips. I don't see it personally. Maybe I'm working at the good places with good boys and girls. I don't see that many paper clips, but I do see, I've been recording far too long, this is ridiculous. I do see far too many staples. People just love to throw 1 or 2 staples just on the floor. And just be like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. It's like they think the carpet's coming up and they're like, this'll work. And they're like trying to bullseye the Marvel character staples into the ground. Diamonds, jewelry, your co-workers, open flames, yours or anyone else's karate gi. There's a long list of things you're not supposed to vacuum up. But what you are supposed to vacuum up, the trash and bullcrap that's on the carpet. And you guys haven't been doing that. And I'm talking about you specifically. Marcus Snip, step up your game or Amy will cut your brake lines.